much for giving me the honor and privilege of speaking to you today, and to do something that we don't do enough of as ladies. And what is that? We don't take enough time to think about ourselves. Think about what we want, what we need. We are so busy running around, taking care and managing everybody else, our bosses, our dogs, our cats, our sisters, our significant others, our spouses, that we forget to manage us. But today is a new day because Sparkle is here. I'm here. And even if it's for 15 or 20 minutes today, we are going to intentionally take some time to sit and think about what we really want, what we really need as we go into 2019. Okay? So are we ready to do this? So, first thing. This is supposed to be my clicker.
You want next?
I want next. I should be able to. Okay, everybody has
If you can't get it, I'll do it.
okay. Everybody should have a paper, half sheet of paper.
Right there.
Yes, I hope everybody has a pen as well. If you don't, please get a pen.
Oh, we'll just share.
Or you can share.
She didn't tell me about the pens.
That's all right.
I just hope it works.
Everybody got a pen?
If not, we can share.
Share some
Yeah.
pens. We're gonna do a quick assessment. Here's the assessment. And I like to move when I talk, so bear with me. Okay, I'll try to speak loud. In one word, put on that sheet how you feel about your life right now, using one word. One word. How you feel about your life
Upgrade
right
that
now.
word right now.
Does anybody else need a pen?
And then fold it up.
Extra pen here? Fold it up. Fold it in half.
In one word, how do you feel about your life right now, today, as it is? One word. Fold it up then. And then, once you fold it up, take it and pass it to somebody else. Pass it to somebody else. Just keep passing it. Pass it to somebody else. Make sure you don't have your own. That's the goal. Make sure you don't have your own.
Gotcha, okay.
Can everybody get their own?
Did not. No.
Good, perfect.
Make sure nobody has
That was
their
a
own.
bad system, but it worked.
It worked.
Does everybody have a sheet back in their hand that is not their own? Okay, great. Okay, somebody open it up and look at it and read out something that's on there. Anybody? Start shouting out. What's
Joyous.
joyous?
Relaxed.
Excited? Relaxed?
I have joyful. Awesome.
Awesome. Somebody said what?
Unsure.
Unsure.
I got it. Content.
Content. Hectic. Hectic.
I have another hectic.
Hectic. Chaotic.
Optimistic.
Optimistic. Change. Stressful.
Disorganized.
Disorganized.
Lucky.
Grateful. Blah. I love that one. Blah.
PMS.
We heard joyful, grateful, content, hectic, chaotic, stressful, unsure, blah. It's not my fault. I did this exercise to show you that there's a lot of ladies in this room, a lot of beautiful ladies in this room, and we're all in different spots. Everybody had a different word, or maybe there were some words that were the same. I think I heard two hectics, but what you need to know is that everybody is at different places in their life, and it's okay. Most importantly, I did that so you know that you're not alone. So many times women want to be honest with ourselves about where we are because we feel like taking off that veil and revealing that will do something. But you're not by yourself. Somebody else in this room probably feels the same way you do. And so you have to know that you're in good company, that you're supported, and that it's okay. So, we're going to be talking about how to create your best life. What is your best life? Do you know what that is? Do you know how that looks? Do you have a vision for that? Do you honestly know how that feels? I told Cindy today, she said, you're going to make us feel good going into the holidays. I said, no, I'm going to make you think. Because that's what I do. I make you think so that you have a great holiday and that you have a great next year. Figuring out what your best life is something that I've been pondering probably all of my life, but it really hit home about 5 years ago. On the outside, it would look like I was doing pretty good. I was married, I had a pretty good job with benefits, I had graduated already from college, had my MBA, we had paid off most of our debt, I could travel, had all this disposable income, and so it seemed like I was living it up, like the best life. But the truth was, I was miserable. I was very unhappy. And I was very unhappy, and I really couldn't figure out why. I just felt stuck. Felt like I couldn't breathe. Felt like I was living somebody else's life. Felt like I was pretending, putting on that smile every day and being sparkle, but really inside I wasn't sparkling. I was just existing. And I really had to ask myself, what am I doing? I woke up every day with a complaint in my heart and discontentment in my mind. Was this it? Was life all about getting up every day, going to the same job, being around people I don't really want to be around, let's be honest, working a job that I really don't want to work 40 plus hours a week? Was this it? Was that life? Because that's what society teaches us. You just do it. You just go to work and you go home and yeah. Was that it? Was it coming home every day feeling so mentally exhausted and drained that I couldn't even really talk to my husband? All I could do was sit on the couch and watch reality TV and eat potato chips. It's the best I could do. Was that it, feeling lonely and by myself? Because I felt like nobody really got it. Because if I stepped out and said, this is not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I went to college. Yeah, I did everything that society said, but this is really not it for me. I knew there was more to life. I knew I was supposed to really be living it, but I wasn't ready to make the change. I wasn't ready to do what I needed to do. So I did what most of us would do. Blame somebody else. That's the best thing to do, right? Right? So it was my boss's fault because she didn't understand marketing, and the organization I was in, they just didn't care enough about people. They just didn't get it. It was my department's fault because they didn't see how awesome I was and how much of a difference I was making every day. It was my husband's fault because he didn't get me anymore and didn't understand where I was coming from. And he wasn't communicating with me and loving me the way I wanted him to. It was this town. Ugh. Why do I have to be in Central Illinois? And it's cold. And it's Illinois. And there's nothing to do, and there's nobody to do it with. It was my church and the pastor because he wasn't teaching the right messages and he wasn't making me grow. Everybody everywhere was ruining my life. Does that sound familiar? It's everybody. Everybody and everything. It wasn't until the fall of 2013 when I hit rock bottom. And my rock bottom was 25 extra pounds on me, high blood pressure, constant headaches, major digestion issues, a marriage that was on the rocks, and an unraveling job. All hit at once. And that's when I realized that I'd been blaming the wrong person. It was me. Because contrary to the script I had been feeding myself, I was responsible for my life. Nobody else. God created me to be in charge of me. I was given awesome parents, I've been given mentors, all the people to help me, but in the end, it's my job to manage Sparkle. It's my job to manage me. And ultimately, the decisions that I had to make were mine to make, and that's what I had to learn. And that's what I'm going to teach you today. Your life, like mine, is choice-driven. Life is choice-driven, people. If you don't know that, I will say it again. Life is choice-driven. The author, Dennis Waitley, writes, "A sign of wisdom and maturity is when you come to terms with the realization that your decisions cause your rewards and your consequences. You are responsible for your life, and your ultimate success depends on the choices you make. You only get one life. You get one shot at this thing, ladies. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to live it? How are you going to create the best life you can? Let's talk about it. I have some simple steps that can help you make these choices, that will help you figure out how to create this life that you truly want, not the one that everybody else wants you to have, but the one you want in your heart. And if by the end of this conversation you feel like you still can't take the steps and you don't know how to do it, there's hope for you. Because I know how to do it. Because I've done it. And I can help. And if you feel so inclined, come talk to me afterwards and we can talk about partnering together to make it happen for you in 2019. Okay? Let's get into this. That went backwards. Be intentional. Step 1. Definition of intentional is done on purpose, deliberate. What are you doing on purpose right now in your life? What are you truly being intentional about? Nothing will ever change in your life until you are deliberate about it. Most of the time, the reason why we never get to the things we want is because we are not intentional about it. It's in our head, and we don't move it from our head to action. We just have it there, and we have all these hopes and these wishes and these dreams. And if you're looking for 2019 to be a new year, how many people have New Year's resolutions already? Few? Less than I thought. How many people are wanting 2019 to be different than this year that they're in? That's everybody, right? Right? Well, guess what? You got to be intentional, because hoping, wishing, and praying is not going to do it for you. I wish it could. If it was, I would not be here now. I would be a billionaire on the beach in LA somewhere, because I would not be in Illinois. But you have to be intentional about it. If you do what you always did, you will get what you always got. Is that what you want? Is what you're getting right now, is that what you want for 2019? If not, then start asking yourself some very pointed questions. What do I honestly want? In my heart, at the core of me, what do I want? And what am I okay with? Not what somebody else wants from me. What do I want? Sometimes we never get to the core of what we want because we've been lying to ourselves for so long. And it's time to start being honest with ourselves. You deserve that. You deserve to be honest with yourself. Secondly, what's stopping you from pursuing what you truly want? What are the obstacles? What are the barriers? Have I created them? Are they external? Are they internal? What are they? What is stopping me from truly doing what I want? And then lastly, how bad do you want it? How bad do I want what I want? Because at the end of the day, no matter what you want, it's going to take sacrifice. It's going to cost you something. You will not get something for nothing in this life. It's going to be a sacrifice. But if it's truly what you want and it makes your heart content, does it matter? Can you really put a price tag on peace and happiness and contentment? I don't think you can. My advice to you is go for the gold in 2019. Count the costs, consider the sacrifice, then get intentional on what you really want so that next year it can be different from where you are now. Get into reality. Don't we just love this picture? This is who I really am. Why aren't you living up to what I want you to be? Isn't that our life every day? The pathway to disappointment is wrong expectations. Your mind is a very powerful tool. I think it's one of the most valuable and powerful things you possess. Your mind can tell you and get you to do things you want to do and things you don't want to do. It can tell you what's true and it can deceive you. Where is your mind deceiving you at today? What lies have you believed that are not true about yourself and about other people? Where have you set the wrong expectations about a person, place, or thing in your life? And you feel frustrated and you feel upset. because the picture that's in your head doesn't match the picture that's in reality. I told y'all it's gonna be some tough stuff today. I want you to think, because I want you to be better than you ever can be in 2019. And in order to do that, we gotta think. We have to really take the time to think through things. I think we get in this reality and expectation thing all the time. An example, our jobs. I've done this before. I expected my job to affirm me, to lift me up, to promote me, to tell me I'm the greatest. And when it didn't, I was mad. I was frustrated. I was upset. But you know what? That's not the job's intent. The job's intent is to pay you. That's it. I know, that's a hard one. You should not go to work for them to lift you up. You should have that in you already. You do a service and they pay you. That's what a job does. They're not supposed to lift you up and build you up and make you feel good. Why? Because they're people. Their emotions are gonna go up and down. They're human. They're gonna make mistakes. That's too much pressure for us to put on our bosses and our coworkers and people we work with. They're human. They can't do that for us. We gotta do that for ourselves. In relationships, we do this often as well. And we want people to be something that they're not. So in 2019, if you want to create your best life, determine where you have set the wrong expectations. And then start taking the time to see people for who they really are. You don't want people to project on you, right? So don't project on them. Accept them where they are. Love them where they are. It may not be what you want, but that's who they are. And the more you do that, the more they will accept you. There's freedom in that. And you'll get that freedom in 2019 when you set those right expectations. Take one step at a time. We are such in a rush for everything, and it's not our fault. It is the microwave society that we are in. It's those wonderful things, the phone that I love, that's like my computer that I can't live without. And it's all the buzzing and the text message. We just want everything to be fast. But who told us that? Why is that our new normal? It's not. You need to give yourself permission to take things slowly and to grow slowly. Rome was not built in a day, and neither is your life. It's gonna take time. It's gonna be a process, but it's okay. Take it slow. Life is full of processes and journeys. You're gonna have some ups, some downs, some things going on, but give yourself permission to take the time that you need. You may feel like you're too late. You may feel like you haven't arrived yet, but every day that you're breathing, you still have an opportunity to keep going. Slow it down and take your time so you can get to where you need to be intentionally. Boy, you guys look so intense. Man. Remove easy from your vocab. Man, this was a life changer for Sparkle. I want everything to be easy because I'm a perfectionist. And I don't want to go through anything that's hard. I just want to skate through life. How's anybody else like that? Just you're a perfectionist. You just, if it's hard, like, yeah, just get it out the way. I just don't even want to attempt it. But I've had to learn that I got to take easy out of my vocabulary. Because if I truly want to get the life that I want to create, it's going to be hard work. It's going to be mountains. It's going to have some valleys. I'm going to have some bad days. I'm going to have some days where things don't make sense at all. It's going to be tough, but there's something on the other side of that mountain. You can't see it yet. You may not feel it, but it's there. You got to take easy out so that can help you push through the other side. Expectations. If you don't expect it to be so easy, that's going to give you the motivation to keep going. Be willing to do the work. Don't let the mountains scare you. Don't let the giants scare you. Don't let the people scare you. If you want to be committed to having the life that you know you deserve and that you need, push through it. Commit to doing the work, and I promise you, you're going to see the reward on the other side. Cut the cord. What does that mean? Cut the people out of your life that are sucking and draining you dry. I'm just going to say it. And everybody has some people in their life that are doing that. Everybody can't go with you in your journey. And this was the hardest lesson for me because I love people and I love relationships and I value people. Sometimes to the point where I value them more than myself. And that's what the problem was. I was so busy valuing them and trying to please them that I didn't see how it was hurting me. And that drains you of life. If you are in relationships with people that are draining you, that is toxic, it's taking more out of you than you're putting in, it's weighing you down, analyze that. Is this really worth it? Is this really my best? Am I really living my best life in doing this? You have to not be afraid to let these people go. I know it's scary, and I know it's hard. But I'm giving you permission today to start analyzing this and start thinking about how to change these relationships. I know if it's family or close friends or even spouse, etc., that's a little different. So you may have to put some protective barriers around yourself. But you got to do something so that you can cut these draining, hemorrhaging relationships out of your life because they're hurting you, not helping you. And you want to be at your best. You deserve to be at your best. There are billions of people in this world. God created billions of people in this world. There is somebody out here that will love you and care for you the way you deserve. Trust me. That's a whole nother subject I can talk about. But there is, okay? Pause. This is code word for stop, slow down, reflect. Something that I have to force myself to do. This really means take some time to reflect and self-evaluate daily. We are running around so much. Everybody wants something from the ladies in their life because we're awesome. Why wouldn't they? They want us to do so much, but we're not pausing. We're not slowing down. And when we do, our brains are still running and our bodies are still running, and we're not taking the time to really slow our brains down and think. Take some time each day, even if it's 10 minutes, even if it's 15 minutes. Ask yourself, how am I feeling today? Am I happy? Am I sad? Are my emotions going back and forth? Am I irritated? Have I done something that I really didn't want to do, but I felt like I was forced to do? What do I want out of today? Take the time to do that. Turn off the TV, turn off the phone, get away from people if you can, and just take a little bit of time to pause and breathe. It will help you. You will see the difference. Even medically speaking, it has been proven that slowing down, getting enough sleep, etc., takes a physical effect on your body. You need it. Pause. Embrace being wrong. If you are a perfectionist like me, this is a huge struggle because we want to be right all the time because it makes us feel good. But guess what? You are not going to be right all the time. You need to know that. Embrace that you will be wrong, but don't see it as being wrong. See it as an opportunity. Change that language. Change that perspective. Embrace being wrong with open arms. If you're wrong, say, okay, I'm wrong. What can I learn from this? Don't see it as failure because failure is not an option. And the reason why failure is not an option is because you're never failing if you're learning. Learn from it. Being wrong is not a failure. It's an opportunity to get it right one more time. Practice no. Everybody, let's do it right now. On the count of 3, let's say no. 1, 2, 3.
No.
No. Let's say it one more time. 1, 2, 3. No.
No.
No. No. No. No. No. No. No. See how easy that is? But we make it so hard. But I think we make it so hard is because we don't want to let other people down. A lot of us are addicted to people pleasing to the point where we're saying yes to them and saying no to ourselves. And that's not fair. That's not fair to you, especially as you go into a new year. Figure out where you can afford to say no in your life. What areas in your life do you need to say no? Figure that out so that when you say no, you have the opportunity to say yes to more things. That's what saying no does. When you say no, you open up the opportunity to say yes to the right things. And then you can continue to build a better life. Heal. So many times we hear, let go of your past, let go of your past, just be free from it, just walk away from it. And that never works, I'm sorry. People tell you that, and that's just a cliche. You can walk away from your past all day, but if it's still in here, good luck. We need to heal. There are so many of us that are weighed down because we are carrying burdens, weights, troubles, hurts, pains, heartaches from yesteryear, and we have never healed. And you need to heal from that. You deserve that, because being your best self is addressing those things that have hurt you so that you can truly move on. If you want your best life, consider healing in 2019. That's the best gift you can give yourself, is the gift to heal and address some of these issues. It's hard, it's scary, it's painful to look at, but get with a good counselor, a good church. I believe in counseling. I'm not ashamed of it. I go when I need it. Go. Talk to somebody. Talk it out, because this is your life. And if you want to continue to walk around with that heaviness, it's not going to be good for you. Heal from those issues so that you can truly move on and create that best life. Your heart is the wellspring of your life. Do a heart check today when you go home and ask yourself, how well is my heart? Lastly, face your fear. What are you afraid of? And I don't mean a phobia like spiders or scary movie. I mean, what really scares you about yourself? What really scares you about taking off and being honest with yourself about creating this life that you really want, about doing what you want? Everyone in this room has something they're afraid of. I got it, you got it. Something that's holding you back. My advice as we go into 2019, stop running from it. Face it. Address it. Tackle it head on. How? Be honest with yourself about it. Take that fear and really look at it in the face. Stare at it. It feels scary, it feels overwhelming, it'll feel like too much, but every day you continue to avoid it is every day it will continue to have power and control over you. That fear is controlling you when you don't address it. That fear is driving you when you don't look at it. Take your control back, ladies, in 2019. Figure out what that fear is, face it, and start pushing forward with it. These are my 10 simple, not really simple, steps. This is not an exhaustive list, but this is something to get you started and really to reflect and think about as you go into another year, because I don't know each and every one of you individually, but I know that I have a heart for women, and I know that I want to see us be at our best. I want to see us be great. We are great. We hold a lot of weight, a lot of power. We lift everybody up all day long. It's time that we do some self-care, and we take care of us. And so if you want to know more about that, come talk to me, come see me, because I believe that you can make 2019 the best year of your life. Thanks.
So we have a couple things we want to give away. We have Sparkle's book, which is called Beautiful Truth. Everybody in the room is in order to be in.